putting on bonfires here and there, saying no to this, saying no to that. Yeah, I looked at, I watched a video last week as well. I don't know who shot the boy on the right side like this. He was running with the blood. As a parent, as a father, as a mother, as a people, how do we counsel ourselves in times like this?
Well, first I start with the parents. And unfortunately, most of these children that we see on the street, they are most of the time not under the control of any parent.
Where are their parents?
So in most cases, some of them are street boys.
Yeah.
Some of them have left home in search of greener pasture that is
and
no
the parents don't know what they are doing where they are.
do not know what and where they are. And as such, but to avoid that, I will still have to say this, that parenting should be taken serious. These days that the parents are almost absent in the home, and we are bringing forth a generation of youth and of children that are now trained by the social media, that are now trained by their peer groups. The real culture of the home is missing. The father is out, the mother is out, children are gone to school. When they return, they live at the mercy of the teacher. Every home is struggling to leave all the responsibility in the hands of the teacher. Once they drop them in the school, they go. What about your own cultural values? What about the ideals of your home? It's never late. If we cannot reach those that are already on the street, what about the ones that are still growing, that are still under the purview of the parents? Let every parent create time, be available to the children, watch programs with the children, educate the children, let them know the do's and the don'ts, and let them also have a home they can always return to.
But the schools are always an accomplice here. That there are opportunities created in school for parents to drop their children. Come and take your children after school hour, there is school lesson. After this, there is this program or the other. Or am I saying something wrong?
I agree with you absolutely in the school, but not at the detriment of the home.
Not at the detriment of the home.
Not at the detriment of the home.
Okay.
The home will have their own roles to play. The school certainly will have their own roles to play. So that by the time the children are in the school, the hours of the school, they are properly championed and directed. But once it is home, the parents should be there. Those homes that you are talking about, I work in a school. If I tell you the number of children that have to be waiting till 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, when actually whatever you are calling lesson has even ended at 4:30.
Okay.
So that their parents, they are still there. There are occasions when parents will deliberately travel and leave children in nursery primary schools, and they have to sleep in the home of the proprietor or proprietress, and somebody is keeping custody of them.
I'll
so
come back with them tomorrow morning.
That. Of course, that is not common. That's a few of that, but that's to tell you that those homes also exist. So the school has its role to play in the formation of this youth, and the home has its basic formation. And as a matter of fact, before the child gets to the school, he has imbibed some culture, some values, some learning, some orientations that it will be the marks of his parent. In parenting, we ask that every home should have a motto.
Every home should
have a motto. Decency is our pride in this home. Honesty is our goal in this home. Over in this house, we don't tell lies. You make your rules. Let your child go with that, so that by the time it mixes with another.
In our home, we don't do that.
We don't do that, and we need to form it. I remember when we were growing, you do some things like this. My father come back and said, "Oh, really,
you can't do that.
You cannot do that one here." That means that the parent at that time admitted the fact that this exists, but this is not the characteristics and peculiarities of my own.
Yes.
Has define what are the ideals of my home, so that when children grow up, we will have minimal problem in the society. The we are with protest the breakdown of the home. And now to the issue of those that you are the street. And by the time you go to the street, you start shouting. You have just one of them. In an attempt to quench it, the security officer, who himself is also deranged, himself is not having a balanced emotion, himself is also a victim of certain circumstances, it sets fire. His intention was not to kill. His intention could also have been to say he wants to scare. And the same you have received an injury. Who gets the loss? Who receives the pain? Of course, the victim. And as such, but that was an avoidable situation. If the rider are not going to be, is he on the street? They are going to get it. You get to another places, they said they burned down the ATM machine there. I bet you, we are only adding to the problem. By the time you can burn down the ATM machine, by the time the whole situation is resolved, that environment will not be serviced with that ATM for some time. So the inconveniences were there. So as such, the problem sometimes is not the event, it's our interpretation of the event. If you look at it, if you must protest, there are decent ways by which you could do it. But unfortunately in Nigeria, that do not happen. Even when you mean go to say, okay, let us make noise that people should know we are suffering.
The fear of the security,
because you know that
can be hijacked.
The security will not manage it well. The hooligans will be there to hijack it. So the best approach will have been stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble.
Stay out of trouble.
I put it on the family platform. Please don't stand by the side to say you want to watch.
Don't watch.
I told my children.
Good.
Don't stand by the side to say you want to watch. Go back into your room.
Exactly.
And I mean to say this because of what we grew up with. If my father just arrived from somewhere now, and if he looks around, say, where's David? And where's Paula? Where's Dave? God help the mother of the boy or the girl that is not available at a particular point in time when her father comes around. You will have a case to answer. Our parents, are they there? Our fathers' fathers now, are they the father that we call a father?
That is the question that I have just started with.
Yes.
So because we really have to settle the home front. We really, and that's why I use or even tell couples, before you think of leaving your home, in terms of divorce or separation, think about the implication that is going to have on your children and on your own later development in life.
Okay.
Because you can, because of an immediate situation, leave your home uncared for, leave the children unattended to. You want to get your own security, fine, no problem. But when the children are not properly brought up, are not properly, at a time when you should be resting, you'll be banding their waist. You'll be later around, you'll be better. You'll be so that you secure the home first. The home has a lot to do in this case. There were troubles sometimes ago in the universities when there were noise and all of that. A particular parent, one of them said, God, at morning prayer, God, I know my children will not be in this group. But what about their friends? What about accidental discharge? What about this prevention? Because the father was sure he has done the needful for the child.
For the
he knows he will not join the protest.
Okay.
But he started praying, keep him from the trouble which he knows nothing about. That's his prayer. Because that has trained his child.
Okay.
But if you have trained your child, what about those who didn't train their own children?
And
so
they
the
grew up
process of
together.
that, and they grew up together. So these are all the circumstances that if we want the better Nigeria, let us go back personally, take the bull by the horn from our different homes.
Okay. Now, I'm still not off the street yet. You said something that individually we have aggressions amongst our being within us. And if I in a house, I did not drop that aggression. If I take that aggression to the streets, somebody else is coming with his own aggression and two aggressions. How do we resolve it? We have just a week before election. How do you counsel people that they try as much as possible to place drop their aggression at home?
Well, you see, my position on this is that whatever is our grievances, the time now is for us to take it to the ballot box.
Say that again.
I said whatever our grievances is, the time now is for us to take it to the ballot box.
Let me engage you further. You need to highlight what could be individual aggressions.
Okay. Aggression, for instance, you started on the Naira note. Aggression could also come as a result of joblessness.
Okay.
I have gone to school, I trained my child, no job. Aggression could also be as a result of hunger. Aggression could be public utilities are not there. You want to iron your clothes, light is off. You want to buy petrol, it's not available. Even at any amount of money you want to buy it. And now you have the next assignment to get on in life. These are delaying you. You cannot but be aggressive. But aggression at that moment will not solve the problem. Because this is a culmination of certain chains of events that has come to this level. And as such, we have to take the bull by the horn. Like I said, let's take our aggressions
to the ballot
box. Look at all those that are parading themselves now, that are willing to serve us. Fine. We are the ones to employ. We are the employer. The voters are the employer. We want to employ.
And if you as an employer, then take time
to look at the characteristics of who and who should work with you and apply. So by the time you look at the characteristics now, without sentiment,
okay,
because that's always the problem. That's always the problem that we think. It's my child, it's my uncle, it's from the north, it's from the south, it's from the east. Those are the sentiments that have destroyed our political system. That has made it difficult for us to really have actual, authentic people who could serve. You cannot get a perfect person anyway.
Okay.
We cannot make sense out of any of them. But look at the attributes. Look at the antecedents. Look at their characteristics. What are the things that they are out to offer? Many of us are shouting now. We have 3 leading political parties. All we know is that it is Tinubu today. Tomorrow it is Atiku. Next tomorrow it is Obi. And so on and so forth, that we have all of them like that. Hardly do we, those of us that are shouting, know what is the manifesto. What has Tinubu to offer this country? What has Atiku to offer this country? What has Obi, just to take those 3, what has Obi have to offer these countries? And how much, what are the machineries with which they could achieve it? And if all those are there, which are the ones that have been proven? Which are the ones that you cannot tolerate? By the time you look at it empirically like that, then you'll be able to come to a conclusion to say, this is my next line of action. And that's your next line of action. Nobody will hinder you. And you too don't hinder anybody.
Okay.
So that's the first thing. 2,
yes,
do not allow anybody to buy your conscience. I was talking with some group of youth yesterday. I said,
let's go home this morning. What we are going to do is this. If we are not going to repeat this episode that we have done, because I know it's on tape, you're going to come back again. So yes, because we need more of this before the election.
Okay.
And I want to plead with you that I will put my call through to you to invite you again, because we need to talk to our people.
All right.
You promising me?
I will do my best. I will do my best.
Thank you for coming, sir.
It's
a pleasure for having you.
Most welcome.
So our viewers out there, we're going to be talking more on this, because we need to have a safe society.
We do. We need
it.
Yeah.
So it's my pleasure for having our doctor on the camera this morning. I remain yours sincerely. That's for me. Don't go away. AM Cafe continues.